Boeing shares are down a quarter. The third delay of the Boeing 787
pushed back the schedule for the fourth time.
By the end of 2007, Boeing was facing delays, penalties, and damage to its reputation.
Now Boeing has to tell its 51 customers it won't be ready before the end of next year. Launch airline ANA, for one, is furious.
The most painful thing I think I've ever had to do was to go tell them that we were going to be late. To have to do that multiple times was very, very difficult.
We are the systems integrator. We have to be the ones responsible for delivery, quality, cost, and we lost control of that.
One of the mistakes that Boeing made clearly was that they trusted their supply chain too much.
I've talked to Boeing engineers who told me we didn't even realize what we knew. There were things we just took for granted, and then we realized these partners don't actually know that. They don't know how to do it. They don't have the experience.
That was true even for longtime Boeing suppliers like Mitsubishi, which was building the wing for the 787.
Boeing actually built the first wing in Seattle, and they brought the Japanese in and showed them how to do it and said, okay, go back to Tokyo and build it that way. But making that wing, it's not just building the pieces and putting them together, it's putting the systems into the wing and handling a whole supply chain around that. It was something, even Mitsubishi, a very, very competent manufacturer in its own right, had never actually done that before. So they ran into problems. Of course they ran into problems.
Soon the Dreamliner was on a path to being 3 years behind schedule, an unprecedented delay in Boeing's history. And Ray Connor was tasked with leading a team to fix the supply chain problems.
The perseverance of that team was phenomenal, and of our supplier team too. We started over. I mean, everything had to get reworked, everything.
Boeing solved the problem by throwing people at it and sending hundreds of engineers to Italy, South Carolina, Kansas, and to Japan.
We learned we can't just say, you're our partner, figure it out yourself.
Kathy Moody was one of hundreds of Boeing employees dispatched to supplier locations. She moved to Grottaglie, Italy, to help Alenia, the manufacturer of the center fuselage, meet the requirements and deadlines.
Whatever they need. If they need me to help lead, if they need me to help get them some engineering help, there's always that balance between doing the work for them, but then also showing them how to do the work.
In the case of 2 suppliers in South Carolina, the intervention became permanent. Boeing purchased them for a cost of more than $1 billion.
So they ended up having to buy out their suppliers, which weren't doing the work the way they'd expected. And over time, they brought control of the whole process. So I think that they learned a big and expensive lesson.
By the end of 2009, it had been almost 3 years since engineers had been deployed around the world to help address the supply chain problems, and 1.5 years since Boeing missed the delivery date it had originally promised its customers. Finally, in December, a finished Dreamliner